Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach how to make the CRUD system using ASP.NET MVC using Ajax. Let us show the demo first. Here this is the form which we add the data and update the data. We will do both this form, right? Add the data and edit the data, right? Let us show the demo first. Now I am going to add the data as Kumar name. Course I am going to add the course as C#, right? Click register button. Here the alert box displays success message. Now click OK. Here the record is added successfully, right? Kumar C#, right? If you want to edit the record, there will be the two choices, edit and delete, right? If you click edit button, at the same form record should be passed, right? You will be able to edit the record here, right? If you want to change here Kumar Shankar, if you want to change the name here Kumar Shankar C#.NET, if you wish to change, click register button again. This time record should updated, right? The form should clear, right? Now it be updated successfully here Kumar Shankar C#.NET, right? Simple, right? Now if you want to search the data, you will be able to search the data here, right? If you want to search John here, if you type the first two letters, the record should be relevant record should be shown like this, right? Very simple, right? Now if you are willing to delete the record, click on the delete button, which record you have to delete, right? Here there will be the delete button available next to the edit. Now I am going to delete the record of Kumar Shankar C#.NET, this particular row. Click delete button. Here record deleted, message got displayed here, delete. Click OK. The particular has been deleted, right? Okay. Now I am going to teach this system how to do step by step. Right? Now I already opened the Microsoft Visual Studio. Here go to the file, new project. Here I am going to select the language as Visual C#, ASP.NET Web Application. If you want to give any name here, project name, you can give here. Click OK. Now here it asks the template to create the project. I am going to select the template as MVC. Click OK. Now your project is creating. Now your project has been created successfully. Here this one should be your project name, Web Application 21. Here your project folder consists of these folders. The main folders will be Model View Controller. This is the meaning of MVC, Model View Controller. First what I am going to do is here go to the model and create the database first here, right? So what I am going to do is here I have already installed the Microsoft SQL Server in my machine. So I am going to open the SQL Server, right? SQL Server I have installed SQL Server 2012, right? So now I open, right? It's opening. You can install the latest version of SQL Server, right? Right. It's open. It asks here I am going to enter the password, right? While installing the SQL Server, I have given the password here. .me is local host, right? The local machine, so you can use server SQL authentication. Connect. Now it's connected successfully. Right. Here is a database folder. Now I am going to go to create the new database, right? Now here I am going to create the new databases as here new. Here I am going to create the database. I am going to create the name as here LOLC School. Click OK. Right. Now my database has been created successfully, LOLC School, right? Now here click this plus and expand the database. Database consists of one folder which is a table folder. Here you can create the table, right? So what I'm going to do is here select the table folder and right click new table. Here I'm going to create the field, right? First I'm going to create the field as ID. Data type I'm going to select as int, right? Then here go to the properties below. Here this is the column properties. Here I'm going to make the auto increment, right? So go to the property identity specification, right? You have to expand it. Here there is identity default come as no. You have to make it as yes, right here, right? So it is incremented by 1, right? That's the thing we have to do. No, okay. Now here I have set the auto increment part. After that I'm going to do the another thing is a course name. Here course name, right? So we have to write course name, right? Simply course name. This one should be, you just type var char, right? After that fee, this one should be the course fee. So here we have to, sorry, course name fee, right? Now here we have to type this one as a int. We have to type the course int, right? These are the 3 columns, right? Course name, fee, ID, right? These are the fields consist of our database, right? After all the stuff you are completed, here you have to set the primary key. That's the main stuff. Select this ID, right click, you have to set the primary key, right? This is a primary key, right? With auto increment, right? Now here click save. This table, it has the name of the table. I'm going to give the name as records for this table, right? Click OK, right? Now here select this one and here you have to refresh it. Now here this is your database LOSC school. Inside the database you have a table records, right? Keep in your mind, this is a table records, right? Now you created the database successfully. Now let's back to my project and go to the project model folder, right click. Here I am going to go to add. Here we have to go to the add. Here we have to select add new item. Here go to the data, select ADO.NET entity data model, click add. Here generate from database, select this option, click next. Right, here what I am going to do is here after that click new connection, right? Here dot localhost dot, here I have make the connection using the SQL Server authentication. This one should be the username I have used, password admin123, right? Here it has the table. So what is the database I have created? You have to choose the database from here. I have created the LOLC school, this here, LOLC school, this one. You can check whether the connectivity succeeds or not. Click text connection succeed, click OK, right? Now your entity is created successfully. Now here you have to choose this one, yes, include the sensitive data content, right? Yes, right, next, right, all the stuff are correct. Now you have to wait. Here the database information is loaded, right? Click on the table, right? Click here, table, right? Table mean here where all the table should be there, right? Records the table you have created. Click finish. Right, now your model is created. Now your model has been created successfully. Here this one here, properties ID, column name and fee, right? Now here you can check here, right? Here model, your model folder you can check here. Your model is created successfully. Here if you click this LOC school entities created successfully, it's perfect, right? Here this record is your table name, right? Okay, perfect. Now what I am going to do is here, other stuff you have to close it here. Now other stuff what I am going to do is here, I am going to create the controller part, right? So here when you run the project, which controller will be called first, right? You have to first we have to go to the fstart folder. Inside the fstart folder there will be the file called rootconfig.css, right? So double click on this one. here when you start the project, first home controller will be called. Inside the home controller there will be the action method called index. This one should be called, right? So home controller index method will be run when you are run the project, right? So what I am going to do is here, go to the controller. Here I am going to create the new controller. So right click, add controller. I just give the name as here select empty controller, click add. Here I am going to create as LOLC controller. Otherwise you can give the name LOLC school, you can give, right? I just shortly give LOLC controller, right? So here click add, right? Now your new controller has been created successfully, LOLC controller, right? Now what I am going to do is here this one should be the LOLC controller. Inside the LOLC controller there will be the action method called index, right? So index method, so select this index method should be run. So what I am going to do is here I am going to create, right click, add view. You have to create the view here, right? Add view, click add. I am going to add the view here. Perfect. Right, this is the view folder, right? Now here we have to change the text as welcome. I just put the text welcome, right? Now here I am going to when you click run the project, I have to run this controller first. So go to the start folder, double click on the root config.css. I am going to set here as what is the controller name you have set, LOLC controller. So we have to write LOLC this one should be the controller. Inside the controller there will be the action method called index. This should be run first, right? This is the step you have to understand first, right? Which controller run? I have start folder, I have set it as a LOLC. Inside the LOLC controller, index action method called run, right? So this is the index action method inside the LOLC controller, right? This page should be run. So let's run the project. Click here. Now your model has been created successfully. Here this one here, properties, ID, column name and fee, right? Now here you can check here, right? Here model, your model folder you can check here. Your model is created successfully here. If you click this LOC school entities created successfully, it's perfect, right? Here this record is your table name, right? Okay, perfect. Now what I am going to do is here, other stuff you have to close it here. Now other stuff what I am going to do is here, I am going to create the controller part, right? So here when you run the project, which controller will be called first, right? You have to first we have to go to the fstart folder. Inside the fstart folder there will be the file called rootconfig.css, right? So double click on this one. Here when you start the project, first home controller will be called. Inside the home controller there will be the action method called index. This one should be called, right? So home controller index method will be run when you are run the project, right? So what I am going to do is here, go to the controller. Here I am going to create the new controller. So right click, add controller. I just give the name as here select empty controller, click add. Here I am going to create as LOLC controller. Otherwise you can give the name LOLC school, you can give, right? I just shortly give LOLC controller, right? So here click add, right? Now your new controller has been created successfully, LOLC controller, right? Now what I am going to do is here this one should be the LOLC controller. Inside the LOLC controller there will be the action method called index, right? So index method, so select this index method should be run. So what I am going to do is here, I am going to create, right click, add view. You have to create the view here, right? Add view, click add. I am going to add the view here. Perfect. Right, this is the view folder, right? Now here we have to change the text as welcome. I just put the text welcome, right? Now here I am going to when you click run the project, I have to run this controller first. So go to the upstart folder, double click on the root config.css. I am going to set here as what is the controller name you have set? LOLC controller. So we have to write LOLC con. This one should be the controller. Inside the controller there will be the action method called index. This should be run first, right? This is the step you have to understand first, right? Which controller run? I have start folder. I have set it as a LOLC. Inside the LOLC controller, index action method called run, right? So this is the index action method inside the LOLC controller, right? This page should be run. So let's run the project. Click here. Now your project is loading. Here this is the output. It generated successfully. Welcome. Here if you go to the project, this is the things, right? Here its welcome message will be displayed successfully, right? Now here I am going to design this page. So this is the view page I am going to design. So what I am going to do is here all the things I am going to remove it, right? Now here first what I am going to do is here I am going to write the HTML tag. After the HTML I am going to write the body tag, add tag. After that body tag, right? Now what I am going to do is here I am going to place the Bootstrap Styles. So go to the relevant website Bootstrap, right? Here go to the right, this is the website. Get started. This one should be the Bootstrap CSS. Just copy and paste inside the add tag. Right click, paste. After that I am going to paste another thing, is a JavaScript. So let's back here. You just copy this one JavaScript code. So you have to copy this one, right? That's the thing we have to do, right? Perfect, right? Now what I am going to do is here after that I am going to design the page body tag, right? So here first what I am going to do is here I am going to write the div class row, right? Div class row. First I am going to write a div class row. After that I am going to write here is I am going to write div. I have to separate two divs. So you have to write first div class here column small size. You have to write as a 4. You have to select as 4, right? This one should be our form. After that I am going to Ctrl C to copy this div, Ctrl V to paste it. This one should be the 8. For this one should be the table, right? This one should be the form, this one should be the table, right? So here form I am going to design the form inside this div tag, right? So let's design the form. So here you have to write here is you have to write here div class container, right here first I am going to write the div class. First you have to write the first you have to write here is first you have to write the form tag here. That's a good tag, right? So you have to write using HTML dot begin form. You have to write the controller here. Here we have to write this one should be the action method save comma controller. I'm going to write LOLC. This is the controller, right? So we have to write the controller name like this, LOLC controller, right? Okay, I didn't create the action method save. I will be created later on. After that form method you have to write dot post. That's the thing we have to write here, right? That's the stuff you have to write. After that you have to write open close brackets. Right, now here inside this form tag you have to design the form, right? So we have to write first div class form group here we have to write form group. Here we have to write div. Here inside the div we have to write here is first thing is we have to write the label class form label. This one should be the name, right? Same thing, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Sorry, this one we have to remove it. We have to here I have to write another stuff is we have to write input box, input type text, ID name equal name, this one also name. After that class form controller. After that we have to write placeholder name, right? That's it. After that what I am going to copy this one, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one should be the course. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here, right? This is course, paste here. This one should be the placeholder course, right? That's the stuff you have to do. After that this one Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one we have to write a button. After this tag we have to write the button. So here you have to write button type, you have to write button ID save class btn info, right? That's the thing you have to write. After that on click you have to write add project, alright, right? That's the stuff you have to write. This one name the button as add button, right? That's the thing we have to write. Okay, perfect. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Let's run the project and check how the form look like this. Right here, this one should be the working here. This is the form. Now here we have to change the styles, right? So why it's look like this is we have to do the styles, right? So here there will be the inside the view folder there will be the folder called shared. We have to style the form inside this shared folder, right? So this is the layout.cs HTML. Right click, copy, select the shared folder, right click and paste it, right? So here this one we have to rename it as a style, right? Styles, right? So here this same style I am going to copy it. So here double click and open the styles here. Now here what I am going to do is here we have to remove all the stuff. This one we know, this all the stuff we don't need. So we have to remove this one. Title also all the stuff we have to remove it, right? Here also we don't need all the stuff, right? Only we keep this one, these things only. Render body only we have to keep. Other all the stuff we have to remove it inside the body tag. Only this all the stuff. Okay. Only keep render body and this one render section script, right? You don't delete this one. If you delete, the JavaScript won't work, right? So you have to keep these two things, right? So here we have to paste this style. This style we have to paste it. Control X to cut off. Go back to my styles CSS. Here Control V to paste here, right? That's the thing we have to do here, right? The render body mean what is this is a render body, right? So here no need this HTML tag. All the stuff we have to remove it. This tag we have don't remove, right? This is the what are the things inside the body tag. This one should be the called as render body, right? So all the style will be here. The HTML tag, all the tags should be there. The render body you have to design only here, right? This one should be work, right? Now what I am going to do is see this style I am going to call it here. So how to call it here is go to this one should be LOLC folder inside the view. This is the view folder. Index.html mean this file. So here I am going to create, right click, here I would write add view. I am going to add create the different view. So here use layout. I am going to get here is shared this style.css, right? Get the view, this style I'm going to get it. Right, this one you just copy this one, Control C to copy, go back to my index.cs.html, Control V to paste here. Right, now the style will be, what is the style you are gave here, the style.css HTML, this style will be applied here on this page. Now if you run the page and you can check. Right, it's worked fine here, it's working fine. Right, after that what I'm going to do is here I'm going to design the table. So let's back to our project. Here this one div should be the table. So here first what I'm going to do is here we have to write div class, we have to write panel body, right, panel body you have to write. Right, here we have to write inside the panel body we have to write table id, you have to write tbl, this one you have to write this one should be you have to write tbl school, right, like this. Table id, I just give the tbl school, you can give any name there, that's the only thing you have to write here tbl. After that we have to write as a class table border, right, table border, right. After the cell spacing 0, right, you have to write width 100 pixel, right, align center, right, this is a table, right. Here inside the table you have to write the, right, you have to write here is tr tag, you have to write a tr tag table row, this one should be the heading of that th tag, so heading only, you have to write here is first one should be the name, after that course, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste here, this one should be the course. After that we need another two buttons, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste here, this one should be the delete, sorry, edit, this one should be the delete, right, that's all stuff we have to write, right. After that what I'm going to do is here, right, after that what I'm going to do is here, let's run the project and check what happened. Right, here this table should be, this one should be the table, right, it's working fine. Now what I'm going to do is here, after that I'm going to write the JavaScript, right. So let's back to the close the project. Now I'm going to write here is a JavaScript. So here we have to write the thing is here I need to drag to you have to write here is at section scripts, inside the scripts we have to write the things, right. Here we have to drag to JavaScript files, right. So you go to the project, right click, here we have to write this one, manage nu get packages, right. Here you will be able to download the jQuery libraries, right. You just type jQuery, here you will be able to download here, right. There will be the button called install, you just click on that button and you will be able to install the jQuery and jQuery validation as well. I no need to do the stuff because I have already installed that, so that the button shown as uninstall, right. At the first time you can see here the button should be installed, right. You will be able to install the jQuery libraries like this, right. After that what I'm going to do is here, after install what you are going to do is here there will be the file, it is the folder name should be script, it will be inside your project here. After install you can get the libraries like this, right. Here you have to drag these two things, jQuery JS, you just select this one and drag inside the script, right? After that jQuery min.js you drag here, right? These two stuff files should be needed, right? After that what I'm going to do is here, we back to my Google. Here you have to go to the data table, right? Select this one, click on this one. You have to get the plugin of the data table. You have to attach these two files into your project, CSS as well as JS. So you have to select this one, copy, back to your project. You have to write here is script src. Here you have to paste it, right? Inside the src you have to paste it here, right? Here you have to write paste it. You have to close it, right? That's the stuff you have to write. Sorry, this one should be the CSS, right? So we have to, this one should be JavaScript. Control C copy, Control V paste here, right? This one should be the JavaScript, right? After that, what I am going to is go to your style.cs. Here we have to paste it our this one, link our CSS, link relationship style sheet href. Here you have to paste it this one, right? Copy, paste, Control V to paste here, right? That's the thing we have to write, right? That's the thing we have to write. Perfect, right? Now what I'm going to do is here, all the stuff is correct. Now let's back to our view folder page. Here we have to write the code for that, right? Here we have to write, first I am going to write the code for the add button, right? All you have to fill these two forms, two fields, click add button, it goes to this function add project, right? So we have to write the function we have to function add project, right? Now here we have to write, right? Now here we have to check whether it's working fine or not. You have to put alert message check. Sorry, here we have to write as a, we didn't write that one, okay? You have to write script, inside here you have to write the code, right? Here write function add project, put alert message, alert hi, so check here. Right, click add button. Here it's working perfectly, right? Now what I am going to do is here, you have to stop it. Now you have to remove this one. You have to write here is var url equal, after that var data equal, after that var method, right? After that you have to write if is new, you have to create the function is new here, var is new true, var is new, you have to write here is true. If it is true, what you are going to do is here, you have to go to this URL. You have to write the URL equal, you have to write here is, you have to put your controller name, so controller name LOLC controller save method, right? Save method I didn't create it yet, I have created later, right? After that we have to write the second one should be the data, what are the data you have to send it to that page. So these two data, right? Name and course, this data. So we have to write here is, simply you have to write here is, inside the double quotation one, you have to write like this, right? This one should be name, you have to write the name, single quotation, double quotation, double quotation, single quotation. Here we have to write here is two plus signs. So here we have to write name dot val. Right, now what I am going to do is here comma, right, you have to copy this one, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one should be the course. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Right, that's the thing we have to write. After that you have to close the things. Right, after that what I am going to do is here method, you have to write here is post. Right, that's the thing we have to write. Right, after that what I am going to do is here we have to write the message here. Right, if the thing is work, you have to write here is you have to write the Ajax function. After that you have to write the Ajax function. You have to write here is Ajax. Write like this. Right, you have to close it. Right, this is how you have to write Ajax function. Right, first you have to write type. First the type you have to write method. Method means this one, post method. Right, comma URL comma, after that data type JSON, comma content type this one should be, you have to write application JSON. You have to write here like this, character set UTF-8 comma, so data. Right, after that you have to write the success function, Ajax success function. The data. Here you have to write alert message success. If data is added, it's added. Right, here if you would like this. If is new messages, you have to write here is alert message, alert. You have to write here is success. Right, perfect. Right, now what I am going to do is here I am going to create this page. Right, sorry, we have created this action method save. Right, now let's back to my lolc controller.cs page. Right, here I am going to create the things. Right, now I am going to create the another action method save. So let's get the copy of that. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one should be the save action method. Right, now let's back to my database. These are the fields should be there, course name and fee. Right, now let's back to my view page. These are the view page. This, if you enter the data on this field and click add button, data insert into the database. Right, so here the things, instead of the name you have to write as a course name. This one fee. Right, fee. Right, here we have to change this one as a fee. Here also fee, we have to change like this name. Right, okay, these are the fields. Right, now what I am going to do is here a placeholder also we have to change this one as a fee. Now after fill the data, it goes to data will be passing to the this save action method, lolc kind of save method. These are the data passing. So here we have to set the data. So this one name, this one should be fee. Fee means these fields are our text box fields. Right, so here this one we have to assign the same thing what you wrote here, course name and fee. The same name you have to give here. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Same name. This one should be the fee. Right, Okay, the same name, right? What are the fields available? The same name we have to put it here. Data field, right? Then only we will be able to add the data into the database, right? So this value should be passed into which page? LOLC controller save method, right? These data, right? So let's back to the controller. Here what I am going to do is here simply we have to write here this one, save controller, save action method. This is your model folder, model file. Here we have to get this one, this LOLC entities, right? So let's double click this one. We have to Ctrl C copy. We are back to my LOLC controller. We have to write the thing is here is first we have to write bool. Bool status equal false. First we have to false the status, right? After that we have to write a model. Here first we have to write here is this one, record, right? This is the database field, right? Record. Here you will be expand the database like this. Here records, this is your table name. Here you can see that these are the columns available. Easily identify that. So let's back to the control. Here right here is this one, same thing, record. You have to create the object as REC. I'm going to create the object REC, right? Now here we have to set it as using this model, right? That's the stuff we have to write. Okay, after that what I'm going to do is here we have to write if function. We have to write if model state dot is valid. Is it valid? We have to write here is what I'm going to write here is using these entities. You have to copy these entities. You have to paste it here. You already copied. You have to create the object db equal new LOLC entities, right? These entities of our database connection should be there. Here this entity, right? So here we have to get the database connection here, right? Now here what I'm going to do is here we have to add the data into the database. You just write you have to write like this here DC. You have to write DC dot DB is a database connection dot records table name dot add. You have to add this data, this object. What are the data available here? This object, right? You have to Ctrl C copy, Ctrl V paste here. That's the thing we have to write to add the data into the database. After that what I'm going to do is here you have to write db dot save changes. You have to write like this, save changes, right? Status true. For status true mean you have to do the thing, right? That's the thing we have to write. Now we have to send it to the this one should be the JSON format. So we have to write return new JSON result, right? JSON result. You have to write the array like this, data equal new. You have to write the status. You have to pass the status. Equal status. Right. That's the stuff you have to do. That's the stuff we have to do. Right. Now let's run the project and check whether it's working fine or not. Very simple. We have to write. Okay. Here this one we have to call it as Ctrl X cutoff. Paste it here. Right. Okay. Now the error go away. Right. It's returned here. Right. Return to the page. Right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right, here I am going to write the name as Ravi. Fee I am going to write as a course fee. Course I am going Java. Fee I am going to write as a 12,000. Click add button. Success, but let's check whether it's working fine or not. Select this one. Select all. Here Java 12,000. Right, record added successfully. Right, very simple code I have wrote. You have to practice this couple of times. You will be able to get the experience. I hope you guys will understood the things well. In my next tutorial I will be teach how to view the data and edit and delete the data. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubt on this, you can ask me anytime. Thank you for watching. Hi guys, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last class we saw how to add the data into the database. In this class I am going to teach how to view the data from the database and how to edit the data and delete the data. So let's back to our project. Here what I am going to do is here let's back to our view page, index this view page. Here I am going to, we have two extra places, we have to remove it. Right, now here inside the script I am going to create another thing is here I am going to write second one is a function. I am going to create another function get all. In this function when the form is loaded, this function will be loaded and show the data, right? This what are the data available, name and course, it should be shown, right? Now here we have to change the stuff. Here is this one should be the course name, this one should be fee. Right, now what I am going to do is here I am going to write here is right, here you have right this one. TBL school dot data table, you have to write dot f and destroy. After that we have to write here is the same thing, you have to copy, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste here, dot data table, you have to write here is data table, you have to write alright, open up close. Right, that's the stuff you have to write. Now here we have to write thing here is right. Now here what I am going to do is here we have to write here is we have to write the Ajax function. So Ajax right, open and close it. Right, Ajax function. Right, here we have to write URL right here is inside the LOLC controller we have method get, you have to write the method get courses. Get courses. After that you have to write type type, you have to write type get comma data type JSON. Right. After that what I am going to do is here we have to write comma, put the comma this one, you have to write the, we have to specify the columns. So you have table columns here, columns, right, columns, you write like this. Right, here we have to write first one should be the, we have to write the data, write the first, this one should be the course name, database field, right, course name. Second one is the fee, right, course name comma this is the right course name. Right, after that we have to write the second one should be the comma, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste here. This one should be our this one should be fee. Right. After that we have to write as a edit and delete data. So we have to write the Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one should be the ID comma right ID comma we have to write a render function data. Right here we have to write here is return. So write button class equal btn success. You have to write like this. Right now you have to write on click method on click get this one get courses. This is on click method. You have to write. Right now here you have to write plus write this data. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Right, that's the thing we have to write like this. After that, what I'm going to do is you have to write a single quotation mark here. Right now what I'm going to do is here after that we have to write the thing is here we have to write edit button. Here button we have to close button. Right button we have to write here is edit. Right, that's the thing we have to write. The same thing you have to do the second thing as a delete button. The same thing you have to copy, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Don't need the comma here. This one should be the edit, delete. Other stuff are same. Right. Get the ID and what is if you select the record, what is the ID and delete the record and edit the record. Right. That's stuff you have to do here. Right. Now let's check. So here go to the LOLC controller. Action method called get courses. Right, let's create the method get courses method. Right, so Control C to copy this one, Control C to copy this one back to my LOLC controller here. What I'm going to do is here I'm going to create the I'm going to create here as simply here, right, the action method here to this one, Control C to copy, the same thing, Control V to paste it. This one you have to this one here, this method, right, Control C to copy, you have to paste it here. Right, now here I am going to load the data. Right, now what I am going to do is here you have to establish the connection. So here we have to change this one as a right. Now here we have to establish the database connection here. So you have to write the same thing we are adding this same thing using this one, Control C to copy, the same thing, Control V to paste here. Right, now what I am going to see, you have to write open and close. Here we have to write var courses equal db dot records dot to list. Right, you have to call like this. After that you have to write return JSON you have to write here is new, you have to write here is new data equal student data equal, this one should be the this one courses, Control C to copy, Control V to paste this courses. All the data we are sending to that page, this page, which JSON request behavior dot elongate, right? If you call, it goes to that, right? This is the thing we have to do, right? When you load the data, when you call this method, it's loading all the data, it's sending to the page, right? So here, let's back to my page. This method we have to control C to copy, control V to paste above, right? When the form is loaded, this method get loaded, right? Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right, here it's working fine. Here its data is successfully loaded into the database, right? Here it's loaded successfully, right? Now what I'm going to do is here we have to change this one thing here, the button. This is not success, this is, you have to change this one as a delete button, danger. So now let's run and check how the form look like. Right, here it's simple, right? It's working fine. Now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to edit and delete the data. Let's see how to do the task, right? Now here, go back to, now here first I'm going to do the task is edit data. Here if you run the project, you can check here. This is this record which I am going to edit. Right click, impact. Here you will be able to see the ID here. Get course ID number 6. 6 means this one, right? Here I wrote the function here. Get courses. 6 means this particular ID, this ID, right? If you select this record, this particular ID will be there. Course displayed, fee display, ID should be displayed here, right? That's the stuff I did, right? Now what I am going to do is here, if you click this edit button, it goes to the function get course. So I am going to write the function here, get course, right? Function get course. Here ID, right? This ID. Right. Now what I am going to do is here, you have to write the Ajax function. Ajax function, you have to write the Ajax function. Right. Here you have to write the first type. Get comma URL. We have to write here is home. This one should be the LOLC comma edit method action method called edit. You have to pass this ID. You have to show this ID. You have to write here ID equal. You have to write here is this ID plus ID. This ID. Right? What is the ID? If you select this record, this ID will be coming here. Assign this ID. It's assigned to the variable. It goes here. Right? That particular form. Right? That's the stuff you have to do. Comma. You have to write here is. You have to write after that data type. Data type. We have to write JSON. You have to write as a JSON data type. After that, you have to write this one. You have to copy and paste it. Content type. Control C to copy. Control V to paste here. Here you have to write here is success function. Success function. Here write is a data. Close it. Here we have to write here is simple. You have to write here as simple. You have to write this one. This time I am going to edit the record, so is new we have to make it as a false. If is new true mean add the record, if new false mean edit the record. So here to show the record. So ID, this ID here write the variable equal into data dot ID. Right. After that we have to write second one is we have the form fields. We have to write the form fields. These are form fields. What is the form fields? name and fee, right? These two fields, right? We have right, so we have to copy these two fields. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. Now here we have to display the message at data dot, this one should be course name, after that second one should be fee. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, sorry, this Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. This one should be the fee, this one here fee, right? This text boxes, the result should be displayed, so it goes to the URL, right? Now let's go to the our LOLC controller. We have to create the another method here. This one should be our get courses method. You don't need this one, right? Right. Now what I'm going to do is here we have to write here is you have to write first, you have to write HTTP get function. You have to write here public JSON result edit int id, you have to write int id close, right? Now here we have to write as here as you have to write, you have to create the variable var.course equal, you have to write db mean you have to create this one we have to Control C to copy the same thing, you have to paste it above. Simply you have to access this object anywhere, right? So we have to get it here, db dot courses, sorry, records dot where id. So you have to write lambda expression, you have to write like this, a is a lambda expression dot id equal this id, this id, right? That's the stuff we have to do, right? Here we have to write dot first or default, this one you have to select this one. That's the thing you have to write. Perfect. After that what I am going to do is here we have to write another thing is a return. You have to return to the page, return, simply you have to return JSON, this one post command JSON request behavior dot hello get. That's the stuff we have to write. Okay, that's the thing we have to write here, right? Now let's check whether it's working fine or not, right? Now let's check. Right, if you click edit button, record is not displayed. Why? Get course not defined on click. What's the problem here? Get course not defined. Let's back to the get course. Right, the problem is this here, name wrong. This one get course, Control C to copy, this one Control V to paste here, right? Okay, here we have to write this one should be the not get course, you get delete, this one you have to change delete, right? This is one should be the edit data, this one should be the delete, right? Now let's check. I have problem with the name. Now let's click edit. Now it's won't work. What's the problem? The URL problem. Edit. So, right, the problem is the URL with the URL. Now this is the URL wrong. What's the problem? Here the problem is here. We have to do the stuff is we have to extra spaces we have to remove. We have to put this one. Start here, close here. This ID should be this here, right? This goes to that form, right? The same ID. You have to retrieve the controller and get the result. What is the ID coming here? The appropriate result will be shown, right? So now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Click edit button. Here it's worked fine, right? It's working fine. Now you will be able to edit the data. After you make the changes, click add button. Record should be updated, right? Add and edit, both operation will be do the same form here, right? So what I'm going to do is here, simple one. We already do the things. Here we have to go back to this one. This page we have. Now I'm going to edit the data. So first what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go back to my index.css page, view page. Here, this is the if is new true mean record is added. Otherwise, else you have to write the else part here. You have to write the second thing is this one. The same thing you have to copy. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. We have to we have to make the changes here as a ID. Get the ID and update the record. Okay. Now how to do the task is here. After the val, we have to write the double quotation mark. Here we have to write here is some additional code. We have to write here, comma. You have to write here is comma. We have to write ID. You have to write here is ID, single quotation, double quotation, double quotation, single quotation. Here we have to write 2 plus signs. Here we have to write a thing is ID. Right. Get the ID and update the record. Right. That's the thing I have wrote. Right. Perfect. Right. This ID. Assign to the variable this variable. I am going to Control C to copy this same variable. I am going to paste it here. It goes to the page, right? Which page? This controller save inside the save method. It's go. Then go to the LOLC controller.cs page here. Now here go to the this one should be the save code. Now here we have to write a code here. Here we have to write another thing is we have to write the if block. You have to write the if block. If you have to write this one rec, Control C to copy, Control V to paste here, rec dot id greater than 0. Here we have to write var. You have to write a v. You just create the variable as v. You have to write db dot db database connection there, records dot where close. You have to write here is lambda expression. We have to write get the ID and update the record. Right. A dot ID double equal rec dot ID. After that dot you have to write a first or default. You have to call this method to update the record. Right. After that what I am going to do is here you have to write if. You have to write if var v. We have to write like this, not equal null. If it is null, you have to write like this. Here is if it is not null, you have to write data is not null. You have to write here is this one. You have to v dot course name equal rec dot course name. After that you have to write second one is p dot fee equal rec dot fee. Right. After that you have to write db dot entry. You have to write v. We have to dot state equal entity. You have to write entity state dot modified state dot modified. Okay, modified. Right. you have to write what's this one. You have to close entity state dot modify. Right. Here it asks the error. What's the error here? You have to using this one. Right. This error go away. Right. Perfect. Entity state dot modify. It's modify. If you call this function, it's modified. Right. Else, you have to write here is this one. You have to put date. This one. This data. Control X to cut off this one. Control V to paste here. That's the thing we have to write. Very simple. You have to write like this. Right. That's the thing we have to write. Okay. Say that. Otherwise here it's look like this. Right. That's the thing. Right. Here this one we have to change this one. Two things we have to Control X to cut off. You have to paste it here. Right. That's the thing we have to write. Perfect. You have to Control X to cut off. Here this one we have to paste it here. Now it's working fine. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right. I have wrote the if. Right. If it is this one should be if the record is exit, so it's look like this. Right. So here this one Control X cut off here. You have to paste it here. Right. Now let's check. Right. Now it's working fine or not. Okay, I'm going to, instead of Java, I'm going to create as a C#, 15,000 fee, click add. Right, the problem is, another thing is I didn't wrote the this one, edit. If it is not new, you have to write here as a, you have to write another message, else part, message, you have to write alert, Control C copy, updated. This one should add, updated, update. Right. Now let's check. Right click, C#, 15,000, click add. Now here it's updated. Click OK. Now let's refresh and check. Here it's updated successfully. Right. Now it's updated successfully. It's worked fine. Update is working fine. Right. Very simple code. You have to write here. This is a code you have to write. If you write this function, it's updated. The record should be updated. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here. After that, I'm going to do the another stuff is delete the record. Right. Delete the record into the database. How to delete the record into the database? So let's back to our page here. Go to this code. This one should be the delete data. Right. If you click the delete button, if you click this delete button, here this one delete button, it goes to this method get delete along with the ID. Right. So you have to write the same thing. You have to write the function get this function. You have to write the function this get delete. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. ID. You have to write here like this. Right. Now let's check how to work with this. Right. Now you have to write here is the function you have to write here. You have to write Ajax function checks. Right. Right. Now here you have to write here is type post comma URL so write home hello LC controller remove remove action method ID. We have to write this ID equal, we have to write here is plus ID coming ID, get the ID and delete the record. That you have to write like this. Right. Okay. After that you have to write data type JSON, comma, you have to write here is the same thing, content, this one. This we need for the ASP.NET MVC. Alright. After that, you have to write here is success function. You have success function. You have to write data. Here we have to write the message as, so all the things are correct. Alert message you have to pass it as deleted, data deleted. Right. After that, you have to write a get all function. Get all mean after is the data. Right. This get out function you have to call all the stuff. Control C to copy. You have to paste it here as well. Success function also you have to call it here. Right. Add or update the record. Right. It's just refresh it. Right. Perfect. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Now here it goes to the action method remove. We have to go to the LOLC controller. We have to write the method. So it's easy stuff. So you have to write here. You have to write same thing. You have to this one same thing. You have to copy. Control C to copy. Control V to paste here. This one should be the delete. Sorry, what is the thing we have to write? Remove. Control C to copy the same thing. Remove. Get the ID. You have to write here is that you have to remove this one. You don't need it. Bool status equal false. Right, false. Here you have to write here is after that you have to write var, you have to write course equal db dot records dot first default, this one. After that you have to write here is a lambda expression a dot id equal double equal id, this id. Right. That's the stuff you have to write, deal the data. Right. Okay, you have to write like this. After that you have to write here if this course you have to write here is not equal into null. You have to write here is you have to write this db database db dot records dot remove function. That call the remove function. You have to call it this for this one. Copyright. Right. That's it. We have write. So you have to write another stuff is a db dot save changes. After that you have to write status true. Status equal true. After that what I am going to do is here you have to write here is return new JSON result. So we have to write data equal new. You have to write here is a status equal status. Control C to copy, Control V to paste here. That's stuff you have to write. Not here, this one new only. Right. Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Right. Right. Now let's run the project. It's building. Now here I am going to delete the data. Click delete button. What's the problem? Right, data deleted. Now here it's deleted successfully. Now I am going to add the records. So I am going to add the record php fee 12,000. Click add button, added. Now why the record is not shown on the database table? Let's back to the code. This is the add code. Here the problem is here. We have to this bracket. We have to close it here. That's a problem, right? Here we no need to add the another bracket here. That's the problem, right? That's the only problem, right? Here starting this one. If this one, we have to close the if here. After that, go to the else, right? Okay, so that's a problem here, right? Now let's check. Now it's work, right? Now all the stuff is right. Right. Now let's check. Right. Now I am going to add the course as PHP 14,000. Click. It's working fine. Now I am going to add another course Java 12,000. Click add button. Record added. If you want to edit the record, click edit button. Here write something like that. Click add button. Record updated. It's worked fine. If you want to delete the data, click delete button. Record deleted. All the things work fine. Right. I hope you guys you understood the video well. If you have any doubt on this CRUD system ASP.NVC, you can ask me anytime. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe me, like me. Thank you for watching.